right, great video, Sergey. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, Sergey is the Director of PMO and Integrated Solutions at IBS. He specializes in business development and operations management. He has successfully structured and executed various strategic programs across many large enterprise portfolios. Sergey is responsible for continuously improving the IBS project management office while overseeing the operations at IBS. So thanks for joining us. I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you for the introduction, Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here and excited to be part of this panel. So here at IBS, we're a team of master system integrators, and we specialize in IoT surrounding space, comfort, building performance, and energy management. Over the 22 years in business, we've had experience integrating various various operational technologies into our integrated IoT platform. And today, I will be sharing specifically how IEQ and people counting sensors play a major role in corporations' return to office strategies. I will also be sharing how this data can be leveraged to ensure employee wellness, health, and productivity. With that said, let's take a look at our first operational technology, IEQ. So IEQ is first on our list because a healthy indoor environment enables employees to feel good and be productive at work. As Sarah showed in the previous discussion, that it can even have a bearing on your IQ. Poor air quality can lower IQ, so that's very important to staying productive. And of course, with the pandemic that we're all dealing with, this has heightened the need for monitoring in order to maintain wellness for employees in the building. Now, in order to establish IEQ monitoring, you'll need to leverage, IEQ IoT sensors that can monitor various inputs, and these can have to do with air quality, monitoring things like CO2 and PM 2.5, which is a particular matter measurement, as well as comfort that has to do with temperature and humidity, and volatile organic compounds that have to do with detecting odors and other things of that nature. From there, once you have these sensors, you'd likely want to integrate this into your IoT platform so that you can make better use of the data and leverage the data structuring, reporting, real-time alarming, and rich visualization that brings. Now, in addition to IoT sensors, it's critical to monitor ventilation to ensure that systems operate properly and provide acceptable air quality for the current occupancy level. And this can be accomplished by calculating the number of air changes per space and by person. And then using that information, that can help manage determining safe occupant counts for various building spaces. Now, IEQ data can be quite complicated. As we saw on a previous presenter slide, you can have a lot of data points, long lists of Excel documents. So it's really important for solutions to provide the analysis of these readings for you. And this can be accomplished by setting up indexes or high and low limit ranges for each IEQ value. As you can see here on the screen, we have those indexes shown on the right side. When those indexes can all be determined based on various industry standards like ASHRAE, RESET, Title 24, and so forth. From there, those indexes can be further leveraged for setting up your real-time alerts and notifications and triggering the appropriate building response when those alerts go out of bounds. From there, it also can help to simplify the interpretation of this data by aggregating or summarizing all these inputs into overall, what we call an overall wellness index. That will essentially trigger the building operator's response and ability to identify what spaces need additional attention. And this is all shown here on the screen. So next, we'll talk about people counting sensors, and one of my favorites. The people counting sensors really help improve workplace designs, help manage overcrowding, ensure social distance compliance, and can also help direct cleaning crews, as a lot of others have mentioned. Now, integrating these sensors into your IoT platform can help manage data more effectively. As they say, if you want to manage effectively, you need digitalization, machine learning, advanced analytics. All of these are tools that enable you to get the most out of the data. For instance, in the IoT platform, you can overlay space utilization data on floor plan layouts using color gradients and status text to better convey the level of utilization and make it more intuitive. In addition, built-in analytics can help identify actionable data, and real-time alerts and local visual indications can be used to signal overcrowding or social distancing violations. Now, once the IEQ and people count monitoring is in place, there are a number of ways that you can leverage it for ensuring health and wellness. One way is to use the data to direct cleaning crews, which could be done through real-time alarming or reports. Another way is to use visual cues to inform occupants when IEQ or social distance alerts are active. You can monitor ventilation rates to calculate safe occupancy counts for each space. And then you can incorporate these sensors and inputs into control strategies. An example would be to initiate room purge strategies upon vacancy. I think that's all I have time to share for today, but I'll be happy to discuss any of this in greater detail in our panel discussion or after the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sergey. I actually do have a quick follow-up question for you. You mentioned the importance of actionable data and insights. How do corporations make sure that the data that they collect is valid, and how do they ensure data integrity?
So there's a lot of different ways to answer that. I think the first one being is periodic integrated data validation that can be accomplished through preventative maintenance contracts. You can also use third-party hardware or data sources to validate the readings you're seeing from sensor data. Incorporating things like continuous commissioning technology and instrumentation is also a good way. And I think more importantly, making sure that there's a department that's assigned to monitor the overall data quality of your smart building operational technology devices is the key here. And that can be done through OT and IT conversion strategies, and empowering groups of people to monitor the status of operational technology devices like they typically would in a traditional IT environment.
Great. Thank you so much. We'll bring you back for the panel discussion.